Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This morning I woke up and I did not feel well at all, and I thought I would share with you what that looks like. So, this morning, I had to get the tripod because even though I look cutimus, I'm exhausted. My coffee's ice cold because it's hours later, and I'll tell you all about it in a second. But good morning. So, with recovering from surgery or illness or anything that you might have to rehab your body from, first of all, you have to listen to your body. Absolutely 100%. Sorry, I put eye drops in, as you saw, but they still tear up. You have to listen to your body. That's 100% certain. Can't get comfortable. But for me, I'm sure this is for everybody else, most people, I can do with this, it just hurts, so I have to do it till it hurts. Or I have no strength in that muscle to do anything, so it's total muscle weakness. And today, it's a little of both. I'm exhausted. Like, literally, get a headband because, girl, you're exhausted and you feel it, and I don't want you to look it. That's how exhausted I am. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. I think it's going to have to be like this for a little while because I am so... Look, I switched my bow around for you guys. My pillow sucks. Everything sucks. I'm comfortable. It's fine. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. There is days like today. There will always be days like today. You just want to cry instead of doing anything because it hurts so bad. And you're so tired. And, you know, crying is an option. 100%. Crying is like a reset. Crying is like the IBM equivalent of Alt, Control, Delete. However, it's not the only answer. It's important to do, but it's not the way you want to do every moment of every day, because there is joy in every day. How about the fact that no matter how much water I drink, I still have chapped lips? I have to talk to my oncologist about that. Today started chemotherapy again, and as excited as I was to do that, it's, oh shit, I'm touching my eyes. I just realized I'm doing that. Jesus. Take the wheel. Sometimes you just have to ask Jesus to take the wheel. I mean, Carrie wasn't wrong. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's a Carrie Underwood song. Sometimes you just have to ask him to, like, just give it up to God. I mean, we do that all the time anyway, but it's like, I can't do it. I'm not able to do it today. I need all of the grace. I need all of God's grace today to get through the things, to push through the pain, to give you the strength where you have no strength, to lift your leg up and put it back in bed after you go to the bathroom. I realized I was rubbing my eye because after the bathroom, I use the sanitizer because I can't get to the sink. And then when I rub my eye with the sanitizer, not with the sanitizer, but with sanitizer still on my fingers, it's like, hey, girl, that's sanitizer. Watch out. It's really hard sometimes, especially when you have allergies. You're just so used to, and undiagnosed ADD. I'm kidding. You guys, the reason I'm putting this on the vlog channel this morning is because you guys will understand. Though I want to let everybody understand, I want to make people understand. I want to help people to understand, I guess is the proper way to say it. How you can still do things on days like today, but you really have to give yourself the grace that you can't do all the things. For perfect example is, I'm in my dress that I wore to the appointment yesterday. Granted, it has not been 24 hours since I put the dress on. That being said, I don't care. I can't even imagine lifting my hands above my arms right now. My shoulder is killing me. This is 100%, I want to say my fault, but I am taking accountability for the choices that I made yesterday about how I was going to be independent, how much help I was going to ask for and not ask for, how much control over my body I wanted to have. Those types of things, I get it. It is 100% my responsibility. But it's also a learning lesson for me. Today is the first day that I have tried to be that independent and suffered afterwards. That's just it. You don't ever know. You know, at the rehab center, the first day I tried to be really independent. The next day I was like, ick. Was different because it wasn't quite that much independence. And it was weeks ago at this point. And you never know. It's like boundaries. It's like pushing your own boundaries. You push the boundaries of your limits and you try to figure out, like, what can I do? What can I do? And yesterday I just pushed my boundaries. I pushed my limits. I pushed my limits a little too far because today I am paying for it. And that's okay. And that's how you learn. That is how you learn. Unfortunately, when it comes to your own personal abilities, this isn't something anybody could teach you. You know, your teachers can say, listen to your body. Your teachers can say, don't try to go too fast. Your teachers can say all these things, but at the moment, yesterday during the moments, it didn't feel like I was pushing myself. It didn't feel like I was going too fast. It didn't feel like I was doing anything extra until I got into the doctor's office chair. And I just assumed, and I'm sorry to assume, but I just assumed that was because it had been 4 hours since I took my 4-hour pain medication and didn't bring any with me. And it could be 100% why my body feels this way. When you take pain medication, a lot of times it's prophylactically so that you can avoid the pain. So your body can do the things that you want it to do. And you can, like, loosen your muscles and, you know, prepare all these things. But sometimes it is like an analgesic and it just, like, numbs it. And then you don't realize until after the fact that you were numbing through a broken leg or something. And I'm not just using that as an example, but so I just assumed it was because the pain medication was wearing off, that my leg was throbbing. But today it's like, girl, what did you do? So you still have to do the things for your everyday care and needs. You still have to get up. You still have to, well, I guess you really don't have to brush your hair, but you have to try. You have to try to do the bare minimum. Toilet yourself, wash yourself, brush your hair if you can. If you can't, forgive yourself. If you can't, try to redo your ponytail so it looks like you brushed your hair. Try to put a headband on so it looks like you did something to yourself, or whatever it is you have to do. Get changed if you can. And if you can't or you don't have to, that's fine. If these clothes aren't dirty, I didn't even like eat in these clothes yesterday. I just put them on. Well, that's not true. I had a beef jerky in the car. We had dinner last night, but I had my brace on. I just meant like I didn't even drop food on them or whatever. I don't like what the brace Velcro does to my dresses, though. I feel really, they're starting to pill here. Like this particular dress I've worn a few times with the brace because it's very comfortable. But it's starting to pill in the belly area because it's catching on the Velcro, which is upsetting because I really liked it. But I think I might just get, like, Women Within has some, like, t-shirt dresses cheap. I just might buy some cheap t-shirt dresses. And I got to talk to Sweetie about that. So, I don't want to keep buying clothes that I just for the brace, but the brace is 6 to 8 months. So it's like, all right, purchasing or getting a hospital bed and rearranging my whole house to accommodate a hospital bed just so I could sit at a 30-degree angle that I'm not comfortable with anyway. Okay, 6 months isn't that long. But every day wearing clothes, going out, you know, eventually when the leg is better, I'll be able to go out with the brace on a regular basis, and I will want to wear clothes, not just pajamas. So, yeah. I'm grateful that the brace, taking off of the brace, is that what I'm saying? Taking off of the brace? Yeah, not the brace, the leg. No, what am I saying? What was I just going to say? And then I started thinking of a schedule and I got all confused. Oh, I am grateful that while I have to have non-weight bearing on my right, toe touch non-weight bearing on my right leg, is the 6 weeks that Jim will be home from work, or 4 out of the 6 weeks that Jim will be home from work, which I'm grateful for, because if I have to follow those orders from the doctor, at least I have him here to help me do the little things that I have to do. While he's home, we will work on going into the toilet, into the bathroom. I will work on getting a shower, a proper shower, because I got so, like, used to having a shower. Oh, my gosh. I got so used to having a shower at the facility because I was practicing taking a shower. My skin doesn't like me to have a shower. Really, I found out my skin doesn't like me to have a shower more than once a week. But I was doing one every 3rd day, and it was like, oh, it's starting to itch, and they're like, oh, it's like, but I figured it was because they didn't have, like, sensitive skin body wash and stuff, and I didn't have sensitive skin body wash, and Jim couldn't bring it to me from home, and all those things. So, oh, gosh, I have something in my eye. That's why I keep rubbing it. It's there. I feel it. Now, it could 100% not be. It could be irritated from the shot yesterday, but that's what it feels like. Let me just let it go out there. Wait. Okay, cute hair, still cute. Okay, good. I'm like a one-woman show. It's amazing. But I just assumed it was because, you know, of the non-sensitive skin lotions and stuff. But who knows? It could also be like that, you know, my body's just not used to it. Could be the way I was exfoliating and non-exfoliating, really, because you do have a sponge on a stick, but you don't really have, like, a loofah. So it could be all that. I don't know. It could just be, you know, like that. I'm not used to, my body's not used to taking a shower every 3rd day. I keep all my sister calls them the 5 points. I keep my 5 points clean on a regular basis, because ick and whatever, but the rest of my skin's not really loving it. Okay, anyway, I'm off the subject of, I'm excited to get into the shower. My skin doesn't like to have a shower every day. My soul and body loves it. My soul loves to just have the hot water run over me, and the therapeutic feel of, like, just, like, the suds and the aromatherapies that you get from, like, you know, those natural fragrances. When you have sensitive skin stuff, a lot of times it's just fragrance naturally with, like, essential oils and stuff. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's fragrance free and it smells like bleh, but you know, what are you gonna do? I'm excited that I got more Lumi. They were having a Black Friday sale, and I finally was able to, like, have enough money in the bank to afford it, which I'm really excited about, because that was the deodorant that really doesn't really trigger the underarm irritations. So I was really, really excited about that. And I'm like looking forward to, like, having a shower, a proper shower, so I can, like, proper shower, put on my new deodorant, do my hair, all the things. We were talking about the grace of you have to giving yourself the grace of, like, forgiving yourself for beating yourself up and learning. And that's really what this was about learning. Learning, what did I do yesterday? What could I have done differently? What should I do next time? You know, it's kind of like back to our visceral selves of like touching a hot flame. You know, oh, you burned yourself. You have an irritation. You have pain. You know, we will not do that again. So it's kind of like that. However, the difference is your body, my body isn't normally, a body is not normally cut down the side. And your body doesn't normally have fractures. So your body is not learning that. It's learning that for the first time. It's not relearning. It's learning like, oh, this is the new thing. And what do I have to do differently? See, I always used to be able to like walk one foot in front of the other. But now that it's pain, how do I accommodate that? So it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. And while, you know, medicine brain and cancer brain fog is real. It's a real thing. Illness brain fog, while you're kind of juggling appointments and even though I have a calendar and they're scheduled in the calendar and the calendar reminds me, it's still a matter of like they're in there and I have to like keep them from creeping up and keep looking at the calendar. Like, I don't... Even though they're in the calendar, I can't keep my brain from like thinking about them. I can't let go of the, I don't want to say anxiety isn't right either, but I can't let go of the part of myself that has to be reminded, which I don't really want to because that could like lead to memory issues. But I want to just be able to like, oh, put it in the calendar and then forget about it. I'll never be able to do that. I've never been able to do that at work, and I will never be able to do that here. The only difference is at work, when I would put it on the calendar, sometimes you didn't have a choice but to forget about it because 8,000 other things happen. The worst part, and I had to learn a trick. I don't know, this is just off the subject, but the worst part was if something was on the 1st, and we had a desk calendar that was like obviously a month at a time. And when something was on the 1st, you really didn't remind it of until it was like you turn the page. So what I would do is I put a note on the calendar of the month before, you know, appointments on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd or something. So you wouldn't be like caught off guard when you flip the page over and be like, oh my gosh, I got something today. Yeah, like that. So that's just a tip from me to you. Okay. Okay. Oh, the other thing was, and I don't know if I'm going to include it in the vlog or not when I go to edit, but this morning I blew my nose. I know you guys don't like to see me blow my nose, or some people don't like to see me blow my nose. You think it's disgusting. Well, that's fine. However, I wanted to point something out to you. I have allergies. I have allergies? Sure. I have an allergic nose. I have allergies. I'm allergic to lots of different things. I take a nose spray. It's called Nasocort. It is a corticosteroid, triamcinolone, I believe it is, in my sinus cavity. And it keeps the inflammation down and helps coat so the allergens don't get up there and create the allergies, blah, blah, blah. As you know, I've mentioned in the vlog before that this is what keeps me from having to use the CPAP machine. It isn't always 100%. Usually with the Zyrtec, it goes 50-50. So I get like the Zyrtec works on certain things. This works also. It's in combination. They usually do pretty well in keeping my sinuses down. The other thing that I use is a room cool mist vaporizer, because in the wintertime, the dry air and the heat creates even more irritation. That being said, I'm congested today. Despite all of my efforts, it happens. This morning I blew my nose, and what's important to note is that a side effect of allergies and of allergy medications, especially nasal allergy medications, is nosebleeds. I am currently, because of my surgery, on a blood thinner. So it is really, truly important not to be graphic, but to look. If I blew my nose and I got some dark out. it is important for me to inspect, is that results of a bloody nose that I had in the middle of the night? Or is that just dust and debris and everything from being outside yesterday? You know, my nose picks up. I'm allergic to leaf mold, which this time of year, especially since we haven't had, we've had some super cold, but not like snow and everything. What happens is the leaves fall, the rain hits them, they sit, they create this special type of mold that is my most severe allergen, like my most, what am I saying? Severe allergen's not right, but it's the top tier out. It's the thing I'm allergic to the most. And then when we have these dry, windy days like yesterday was, it blows the mold spores everywhere. So, okay. When I go out, sometimes I get like the dark mucus will come out of my nose just because I'm collecting stuff from outside. But sometimes it's the result of I had a bloody nose in my sleep. Now, when you're on a blood thinner, that's super important to pay attention to. Bloody noses, bruises, wounds, all of those things are super important while you're on a blood thinner to pay attention to. This is going to sound disgusting and gross, and I don't care. But if you don't like disgusting and gross, fast forward 10, 20 seconds. When you have a bowel movement, that's also important, because the only way to tell if you have internal bleeding, not the only way, but one of the only ways to tell about internal bleeding is to look at your bowel movement. If you have dark, gritty stools, you possibly could have internal bleeding. Now, is internal bleeding normal? No. But you can have ulcers that you don't know. Sometimes we just have upset stomachs. Sometimes we don't realize it's actually something that's worse. So it's just things you have to pay attention to, especially if you have a family history of it. My grandfather, my father's father, had ulcers. He actually, I can't remember if he died because of a bleed in his ulcers. I know my grandmother had a stroke, but these are things that I have to look out for in my family, because they're not that far down the family tree that they could affect me, you know. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to be on the blood thinner for not the whole 4 weeks. I think he just put 14 days, which is just 2 weeks. So I want to double check with him and make sure that that's right. Because he did say he wanted me on the blood thinner until I saw him again, but maybe he changed his mind. So I'm gonna check with the doctor and make sure that that's okay. And oddly enough, with dinner, which was kind of weird. I'm not 100% sure why, but I'll ask. Yeah, so today I am starting to feel better. I took my medicine. You guys saw me take my medicine. The pain medicine was in there. Oh, I never really got to the day. So today I woke up, last night I woke up at, oh my goodness, I thought it was the middle of the night. It was 10:55. This is the bad part about going to bed at 8 o'clock. 8:30, I think it was. We went to bed last night. Is my body was like, ooh, a nap. And I woke up and I had a lot of trouble falling back to sleep till about 1:30, which was fine. That's not too long. It's only 2.5 hours. So then I woke up at 4, actually woke up at 2:30, just an hour later to roll over and went back to sleep. And then I woke up at 4:30. That's what time I actually got up. After Jim left, I went to the bathroom and got cleaned up. And after Jim left, I realized how much pain I was in. Now, that being said, at 4:30 when I woke up, it was 4:40. I took my chemotherapy. Usually the alarm goes off at 5 o'clock. You do have like a half an hour in each direction window. In the hospital, you usually have an hour in each direction window, but I always learned half an hour in each direction. So, and the chemotherapy, they like you to take it the same time every day, which is why I have an alarm set. But I knew I couldn't eat or drink anything for an hour. And I woke up in so much pain that I was like, oh my God, I'm taking this now so that I can have my pain medicine as soon as possible. Because if I have to wait till 6 o'clock to take the pain medication, I'm going to lose my mind. So I took the chemotherapy at 4:40. Jim left. And before 5:40, I fell back to sleep. I passed the F out. I did. I just went zonk. And I just woke up and it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And this is when I started my day, take my medicine. I couldn't do, like, my arthritis was kicking in. I couldn't do, like, make a fist. Now it's a little bit better. Guys, what the heck? What the heck? Now, I will tell you, I did have some gluten because we ended up getting McDonald's. And I was like, I really just wanted, like, chicken nuggets because I had a bunless McDouble, which is like 2 burger patties, but I just wanted a couple of chicken nuggets. And with eating the chicken nuggets, I guess that's too much gluten. I guess chicken nuggets are out of the question from now on, which really pisses me off because, but I mean, that's the choices. Like I was mentioning, the choices that I made, some of the choices that I made. Doing all the things by myself was other choices that I made, but I think the combination is just terrible. But that being said, I don't know if I'll insert the video because I have to like look at it during the edit. But my wounds are starting to look really good. This is 1 week out of getting the stitches removed. I could take the steri strips off and wash it really well now. And I am super excited because the adhesive, I don't know that we're maybe slightly allergic to the adhesive. It really causes a lot of irritations. And I have like a bit of a rash going on, like my lower calf, like where the adhesive was from the surgery, like the original adhesive from the zero form and those things. So I'm excited to like just get it cleaned up. And oh, my husband's texting me, but I can't see it. So like I said, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to get into the shower. Today is Wednesday. Jim has off tomorrow so that we can go to immunotherapy. And then he may or may not have to work Friday. He's going to find out today. That might be what he was texting. And then his vacation starts. And I say vacation, but really he's getting laid off. Now, the thing is about getting a job, he qualifies for unemployment. The thing is about a job is that he may look for something seasonally, but Christmas is just 2 weeks away. But he doesn't want to get anything that he'll miss going back to this job because he really does enjoy this job. And one of the benefits of this job is that you have off the holidays and the summer. So we'll see. I mean, just like any school job, I guess, right? But we'll see. We'll look into what's going on and we'll see what we're going to do and how he feels and what he wants to do. Sometimes he just wants to get out of the house. And but with Christmas coming, who knows? And he said we're going to work on the office, which I'm so excited about. And if I can get my new chair, then I can get into that office better and I can do more things than just supervise. Actually, I'm not going to supervise. What's going to happen is he's going to have to bring the projects out to me. And I'll have to work on them like in the kitchen or the hallway. That type of thing. So, yeah. But anyway, listen. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me today. I really needed to talk today out. Thank you for understanding about the pain. Thank you for understanding about all that I'm going through. I don't share it with you to complain, to gripe, or to just like, woe is me. I share it with you because there are so many people going through the same thing or similar things or have similar feelings that they just don't know. They think they're alone. And I want you to know that you're not alone. It is a horrible club that we belong to, but that sense of camaraderie you get that I'm not crazy because it's not just me. It really does make a difference. I know it's not something you wish upon your worst enemy, but you are grateful that you aren't going through it by yourself. Listen, wait, is this upside down? Do you have to see it like this or do I see it? Life was tough, but I am tougher. So don't forget that. My friend Kelly gave this to me. Hi, Kelly. I'm glad you're home safe. Yeah, that's it. Love you guys. I really do. If nobody's told you today, remember that you can always come here and hear that someone loves you. So, as always, you take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.